How many face tattoos do you have at this point?
Maybe like 13,
And I,
something like that.
I do have a mirror there on the side if you need it.
Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Do these on the right hand count?
Ooh. What do you think?
Man, if I get. I got 16 altogether.
Can you share the meanings behind any of your face tattoos with us
I
today?
can see all of them.
Please.
All right, look. This one right here, L-I-L-L-I-E. That means love is love, loyalty is everything. So it's like love could be whatever. You know what I'm saying? Love is just pretty much, it's just, I don't know what love is just whatever. You know what I'm saying? But loyalty really mean a lot. You could love somebody and like, I bet, I'm gonna give you a perfect example. You could fuck around and have a girlfriend. You love the shit out your girlfriend. You know damn well you don't want nothing, no nigga, no nothing to come between you and your girlfriend, but you'll still cheat on her. But you still love her though. You feel what I'm saying? That's not you not showing no loyalty, but you still love her though for sure. That most still so love. But when it comes to loyalty, you know what I'm saying? You would never cheat on your girl no matter what the case may be. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter what the fuck going on. You know what I'm saying? I'm just using that as just for one example, but it could be more examples. You feel what I'm saying? The feather symbolize my freedom. You know what I'm saying? Like they use a term called free as a bird. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I got this for like when I first time I came home. But unfortunately, I ended up going to prison after this. You know, so I thought I won, but it ended up happening. The butterfly, the butterfly, it symbolized new beginnings. You know what I'm saying? But I had a teardrop right here at first, and I covered the teardrop with the butterfly. You know what I'm saying? Just symbolize new beginnings. I just want a fresh start. I don't want people to look at this teardrop and already get this whole judgment of me before they even know me. So I just covered it up so nobody wouldn't even keep talking to me about it. Crystal, that's my mother name. You know what I'm saying? That's my baby. That's my heart lover. That's my mom. This kiss right here, people need to, this is a girl kiss, but whole time it's really a kiss of death. You know what I'm saying? The kiss of death like basically symbolize like, you know what I'm saying? I came around so much different shit that could have cost me my life, but I still overcame it and still surpassed it. So he kissed me, but that shit don't mean nothing. That shit ain't happen. You know what I'm saying? Then I got these cracks that symbolize hard head, just being hard headed. You know what I'm saying? Head can't crack, ain't nothing. You live and you learn, pretty much self-explanatory. You feel me? I got the C. The C symbolized for my father. So my father passed away. My father named Charles, and before he passed away, he went into a medically induced coma. You know what I'm saying? And he ended up getting out the coma. So I got the C tatted for my head for him being headstrong. You know what I'm saying? But then the next day he ended up passing away. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? Like that's what that meant. The bullseye, that's it symbolized me being a head buster. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucking, what's this right? The Audi rings with the dove, that's for my brother that passed away. You know what I'm saying? He had an Audi. He the first person I know with an Audi. He ain't died because of Audi, but you know what I'm saying? That's just what we know him by, so that's what it symbolized. The feet print, that's for my daughter. You know what I'm saying? I only got one daughter, first daughter I ever had, so that's her son, Murphy. I just got to minimize. The two hearts. The two hearts mean a whole bunch of stuff. The two hearts mean like I I got a heart, but the heart is really like a hollow heart. So that's why it's two of them. It's a heart because I still show love, even though it's really not a lot of love left in me, but I still show whatever little love I got left, I still be able to dish it out to my friends, the people who I really interact with, my parent, you know what I'm saying, my daughter, you know, some shit like that. But that's what a double heart means. It's like, it's love there, but it's also not love there. So, you know what I'm saying? If it makes sense, you know what I'm saying? I got a three. The three is for my father. My father passed away. He was the third. I'm the fourth. I got these praying hands. Everything is just basically like everything is based around prayer. You know what I'm saying? If you pray for, I feel like you know what I'm saying. If you got a good spirit behind it, a lot of stuff gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? If you pray for, what's up here? 187. That's where I'm from. It's in the 223. That's where I'm from at KOBK. That's that for kill or be killed, and that's pretty much self-explanatory.
I do want to piggyback on two elements of your facial tattoos. When you did have the teardrop, what did that symbolize?
Alright, so people thought that the teardrop symbolized me doing something to somebody when it really didn't. The teardrop really, it was a red teardrop, and the teardrop stood for the cry of a warrior. You know what I'm saying? They say that a warrior don't cry real tears, he cry blood from all the things that he came across. You know what I'm saying? He never cried real tears that you see the clear tears. He cried straight blood. So that's what I got it for. I feel as though I'm a warrior in that state of what they talking about. So that's why I had got it. But people confused with me being a blood. People confused with me being a killer. People confused with a whole bunch of shit. But that's what it actually meant, though. It had nothing to do with nothing nobody was ever thinking about.
And in regards to the praying hands, do you follow a religion at all?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a Sunni Muslim. Yeah. So, like, when you usually say these praying hands, you usually see them from a Christian standpoint most of the time. You know what I'm saying? But the way my mind think, I don't really think about shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it be a lot of times, like, Muslims, they bump their head when they pray. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what you're supposed to do. But a lot of times, even outside of me bumping my head, I talk to God the way I want to talk to him in my own head. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it do come with my actual hands going like this, because that's how I feel comfortable. It has nothing to do with the actual religion, what they actually practice. It's just what make me feel comfortable to talk to spiritually. That's how I like to talk. You feel what I'm saying?
Now, for you, why do you follow Islam?
Um, I feel as though like I followed because basically it was something that was more understanding to me than anything else. And that's the only thing I can really say about it. I can't say nobody like led me on to it or like because like people in my family are Muslim or something. I couldn't really say it. It was more relatable to me. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I chose to do because it was more relatable to me. I felt like the stuff that they were talking about when I first before I was anything, the stuff that they were talking about, it made way more sense to me than anything else that made sense to me. That's pretty much it.
When you were growing up, were you raised to follow a different religion?
Yeah, I was. I was raised. I was like everybody around me was raised on Christianity. You know what I'm saying? So I've been to church a couple times, a few times. You know what I'm saying? I seen people get baptized, shit like that. But it was just like to me, that just wasn't for me. Me looking at the way they were talking, for me, it just looked like a scam. And I'm not gonna say that whoever believe in that religion, that's what it is. But how I looked at it in my own, I just felt like it was just like a whole bunch of scam material. And I just learned how the art of finesse really young. So it was like the way that the preacher just asked for all this money, he got all the fattest cars, the fattest house and shit like that. Like, and I'm looking like, am I imam? You know what I'm saying? He lived in a regular home, got a regular car, do regular things, and it's like he not really asking too much of nothing. You know what I'm saying? He asking if you can do it, but if you can't, you know what I'm saying? Okay, it's cool. But this person is really like demanding it, so in a sense, to me. You know what I'm saying? It's only to me. That's only how I feel about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how other people take it, and other people take it a different way and disagree with me, and that's cool. But this is how I feel about it. You feel me?
At what point did you divert from Christianity?
I mean,
Was it a certain age? Was it a certain grade?
so boom. So like, growing up, went to a Christian school. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I was totally different from everybody else, even though I wasn't like um knowledgeable about Islam. You feel what I'm saying? I was just a regular hood dude. My granddaddy get them good checks to put me in a private school. So like when I was in private school, but I'm still a hood dude. You know what I'm saying? So it's like what they talking about, I'm really not trying to hear for real. I'm still trying to do hood shit in a non-hood environment. So like even when I was going through that shit, like I still wasn't thinking about Islam, or I still wasn't thinking about being a religious type of dude. I still wasn't thinking that probably ain't come to like I don't know, maybe I probably could like a mid-teen, maybe like 16, 17, because that's when I really figured out like, all right, boom, I'm a man at this sense, without religion, and I feel as though like now I can make my own decision and feel, comfortable in whatever I choose to do because now I'm comfortable with myself as being a man. So because before that I probably wouldn't feel like that. I would be like have insecurities, feeling like, I'm less than what I'm is, and just little regular insecurity shit. So that shit just made me like, once I feel focused on being a man, at that point, that's when I feel like I can make my own choices when it comes to everything else that come behind it. You feel me?
This was a granddad on your father's side or mother's side?
My granddad was on my mom's side. Like my granddad was like my father been in prison like damn near my whole life until I turned like, basically after I already became a man. My granddad was probably like the person that was actually my father, I actually slept in the same bed with my grandfather until I turned a teenager, So it's like my grandfather, that was a real motherfucker, He told me a lot of shit. And like without my granddaddy, I probably wouldn't be half of the nigga I am right now, you feel me? I ain't gonna lie to you.
Your father, was it state prison or federal prison he was
He
in?
was in state prison. He was in all state prison. He didn't do no federal time though.
And it was different prison stints for him, or it was one bit?
Nah. It was one like he was locked up for murder. So he had did like I can't really say the exact thing because I don't want to get it confused. I don't want to be a liar. But it was between like from like 17 to 18 years, like something like that. He didn't come home till I was already like out of school or like going to an alternative school about to graduate. Like I was already grown type shit. But he was gone since me being a baby. Like he was gone for a minute, but he was gone for murder. But came back on the pill. And came back. But he was always a good dad though. Like always like in my life, always doing daddy shit. But he was just behind the wall. I just ain't have him in the physical.
What was the name of that school that you went to that your grandfather,
Put me in.
Yeah.
It was called Clinton Christian. Clinton Christian. It was a real live Christian school. You know what I'm saying? But I'm realizing that ain't thugging. Like, you supposed to wear, like, uniforms with dress shoes and shit like that, cuz, on God, like, you supposed to wear dress shoes. I'm realizing that I got all black Jordans on, just blending that, because I couldn't afford the dress shoes that everybody else had. But, like, my grandpa had enough money to put me in that school for me to learn. It wasn't for me to be dressing and for me to be fly. Like, they was putting that fly shit on, like, but it was in, like, dressy form, like cardigans, sweaters, slacks. Their shoes was like immaculate. They was all dress shoes, but like I couldn't afford that. He just afforded for me to just go to that school. But I appreciate the shit like that. Like, you know how a lot of motherfuckers, they don't want to like admit like, yeah, man, I was going to that type of school and I was doing that type of shit. Like, nah, I appreciate because he had me ahead of my time. You know what I'm saying? I'm ahead of all my peers. That motherfucking private school had your ass really doing spelling and all that motherfucking goofy ass shit. He had you doing that shit at second grade, third grade. So you already a motherfucking spelling bee champ when you at fifth grade. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I appreciated the shit out there. Without him, like, I wouldn't be able to come with the metaphors I come with. I wouldn't be able to come with the ideas I come with. Be having to come with the vocabulary that I come with. It was him. You know what I'm saying? I can't put that on nobody but my granddaddy. You feel?
Now, because you did have family raise you under Christianity, what was the reaction from those when they found out you were following Islam?
I mean, like, when I told my mother first, I told my mother and my father damn near, like, basically around the same time. I told my mother when she was home, because she was, like, an at-home parent, you know what I'm saying? And I told my father when he was in prison, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, my father, of course, he was with it. But the whole kill is, though, that people don't know, my father was actually a Moorish American in prison. You know what I'm saying? He was like under the study of Moors, and I can't really like tell you shit about it because I really don't know nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? But he was a Moor at first. You know what I'm saying? And then like I ain't gonna say it's because of me, but in somewhat of a way, it was because of me that he turned into a Sunni Muslim before he passed. You feel me? When I told my mother was my mother wasn't the one that was putting so much of the Christianity on me for real, for real. So when I told her that I was Muslim and shit like that, like, she really didn't, like, give the crazy effect. Like, it wasn't really too much, and I'm like, okay, you know what I'm saying? If that's what you want to do, okay. it was my auntie that really put Christianity on me because she was like a person who went through a whole bunch of trials and tribulations and found God, you know what I'm saying, a lot of times, and that's my mother's sister, so a lot of time my mother put me on to her because my mother was a working woman. So she put me on to her, and that's what she believed in. But once I told my auntie too, like my auntie like wasn't really with it at first, but eventually, like, she just understood me. She understood the shit I went through and all the shit, all the different paths I went through that she seen when I first was, like, really on my den. Like, I was really doing really good. You know what I'm saying? Like, really doing good with my life, my health, my drinking, drug, and shit like that. I was doing a lot of good shit. So, like, she was just so appreciative that religion put good upon me, if that makes sense.
When your father started following Islam, specifically Sunni, um, in that realm there, did that strengthen your bond with him?
Um, nah. Nah, it didn't. So like my father started turning like when he started even getting the image of his mind of being a Sunni Muslim, he was already sick with Lou Gehrig's disease. So like when he came home, he wasn't really on it like that. But he had a good man. I forgot his man name, and I don't want to get the line on his name, but he had a good man. His name man was named like I can't even think. It's like Spirit or some shit like that. But he was a good motherfucker to my father. I can't really think of his name right now. But anyway, he was a Sunni Muslim. And he was so much of a good motherfucker that, like, it just, like, fell on my dad, for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? And me and my dad, close relationship didn't really come until, like, I mean, we never really had a shaky jank. But it was, like, it got close, like, when I knew, like, he was about to actually die. Like, it was no cure to his disease. So it's like, you've been gone my whole life, so now we only got this little ass bit of time. Like, you know the amount of time, like, you about to die. So it's like, we only got this little ass bit of time, you feel me? So it's like, that's when our relationship got close, but, like, it was never really off. It was never really fucked up, even with him being behind bars. Like, you gotta understand, like, I grew up with him being behind bars, but him still being the dad. It wasn't like I was at a certain age and he'd been there for a long time and then he just left me and I gotta feel like the abandonment issue. Nah, he was already gone. Like when I was coming up knowledge of like my dad is in jail. You know what I'm saying? He was already gone. So like, but he was already being a dad, giving me lessons, teaching me what the fuck, tying me up when I'm fucking up in school. Shit like that. He was a dad. You feel what I'm saying? So like, me and his relationship was never really rocky or like fucked up. You know what I'm saying? And it didn't really get fucked up till like he started really getting sick and really dying, and it's like it's really hitting him. So now it's fucking up him and my mother relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like he like his back against the wall for real, and like he don't know who to take the anger out on because it's only me and my mother. You know what I'm saying? So he taking out on my mother for real. So like that's when our relationship got rocky. But beside that though, like once I told him like stop playing, my mother is here for you, love. Like you can't walk, you can't do nothing, you can't shit without my mother, you can't wipe your ass without my mother. You know what I'm saying? And once I explain him to that, it's like, you right. You know what I'm saying? My mother's the only person that here. These other bitches ain't there. These other women ain't there. So, like, then that's when everything start getting, like, you feel what I'm saying? We just had to have a man-to-man. Like, you know.
With this disease that your father had, did the doctors have an estimated amount of time left?
Yeah, but he beat the odds. They had an estimated time. I can't really give you the time because I don't want to be no lie. But they gave me, like, an estimated time, and he had told me. And he beat the odds for a long time, like way past the time that he was supposed to go. Like, to be honest, like when he was about to go, like he was so small, like he under 100 pounds. You know what I'm saying? And he coming home, he really 200 or like 180, whatever the something, but he's solid, straight six pack, everything in blast. He a big boy, you know what I'm saying? But he's small, but he a big boy, you know what I'm saying? And when I watch him go, like he's really small, like really a little person, like really like under 100 pounds. So it's like to see him in that state, but still keep fighting though, that let me know right then and there, like anything that you want to do, you could really do it for real. He really tried to really stay alive until I came home. He tried his best to until just so I could come home. He could just give me some love, and he could go be on his way in paradise. You feel what I'm saying? He fought for a long time. Like, we didn't know the time I was gonna get or nothing. Like, they fought for a long time. Like, he really beat the odds. Like, he is the living proof and living example of how you beat the odds for real.
So you were in state prison yourself when he ended up passing?
No, when he passed, I was in the federal prison. I already did my state time already. After my state time, came home and ended up catching the Fed bit. So once I was in the Fed, I was probably, I was in my first spot. I was in Cumberland. And it happened like right around like Christmas time. You know what I'm saying?
How much time did you have left of federal prison, of that sentence, before you would maybe be able a chance to see him before he passed?
I was fresh. I was just really coming in the Feds for real. I was fresh. So around that time, shit, it probably was about like, I probably had maybe like 14, 15 months in. So how much by the time I had left, I did 3 years and some change altogether. So I would have had like, whatever the remainder, like 18 more months. You know what I'm saying? So it was like about that time.
How did you hear that he had passed away while you were locked up? How did you get the news?
You asked a lot of nice questions. You probably one of the most motherfucking interview motherfuckers that really ask shit that actually matter. I like you, man.
Thank you.
Keep doing what you're doing, man. I like what you're doing. But, all right, so boom, this how it happened. So boom, I woke up a little late. I'm in the Fed, you know what I'm saying? My Sally is my man BBS. My Sally is already out the cell, you know what I'm saying? Already on the computer, downloading new music, doing whatever he's doing. I'm in the cell, I'm still asleep, so I wake up a little late. I usually wake up like 6:30. Whenever the doors pop, that's when I usually get up and get out. But this actually day, I actually sleeping late, so I'm probably sleep about like 9 o'clock. I put the flap up on my door, I'm taking the shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm on the shit, you know what I'm saying? The CO come banging on my door, boom, 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 boom. I'm like, man, what the fuck is up, man? Come on, man, you know what the fuck going on. Like, stop playing. Like, it's a regular, so I know who he is. Like, stop playing. You know what I do in the morning. Like, stop playing. He like, man, his voice a little shaky, so he like, man, they need you to go to see the, what the fuck is they called? You gotta go to see the, I can't think of the name, what the fuck they call, because I'm burnt out, but it's like the pastor. Whoever the pastor is, you know what I'm saying? I forgot what the actual name that they call him at this point, but you know what I'm saying? But you know exactly what I'm talking about. They're like, man, you gotta go see the pastor. So I'm like, all right, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not thinking nothing of it because this is my first time ever going to the Fed. So like, niggas who been through this process know, like, when you gotta go see the pastor, you know that's somebody died, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know this. So I'm not, excuse me, because I'm already trying, matter of fact, I think, I'm in the Fed and they didn't put me on the Ramadan list. So I'm trying to talk to the pastor nigga because he the one who control the Ramadan list. So that's initially what I'm thinking. Excuse me. That's initially what I'm thinking. So I'm thinking like, all right, boom, I got, he about to find put me on the Ramadan list for next year, whatever, because I know how this shit goes slow. Boom. So my Sally come to the door like, yeah, bro, what the fuck going on? What the fuck you want? I'm like, man, he telling me to go see the pastor or whatever the fuck they call. So he like, man, he tighten up. He like, damn. He like, man, all right, I'm about to roll up. I'm going to holler at you when you get back. So I'm like, all right. But so this normal shit, so I'm like, I ain't thinking nothing. Then I go downstairs. All the OAs ask me like, damn, Flock, what's up, man? What's going on, man? What you about to do good outside? I'm like, I'm about to go see the pastor. So they all give me the same still face that my Sally gave me. So I'm like, what the fuck? Boom, get to walking down that joint. So that nigga sitting at the corner, like right in front of the little cafeteria. He's sitting right there. So I'm like, man, what's up? He like, man, your name Boom and Bags? So I'm like, yeah. He like, all right, come in the back with me and shit. Your mother wants you to call her. So mind you, I already talked to my mother the day before. When I talked to my mother the day before, that's when I found out my father come out the medically induced coma and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's how I end up even getting the tattoo, you feel me? So I'm thinking about, you know, my daddy, okay, he gonna come back, you feel what I'm saying? So go to the jank, get on the phone. So when I get on the phone, you know, so my mother get on the phone, I can already hear in her voice, she crying and shit. You know what I'm saying? So all the gate, I get to crying. So anytime my mother get to crying, like, I can't help it, I gotta cry. You know what I'm saying? I get to crying, so I'm like, damn, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? She like, man, he gone. So I'm like, who? You know what I'm saying? You know how people get in the fake delusional who, you don't want to really face the truth. You know who. You know what I'm saying? But I was trying to fake like I didn't. I'm like, who? I'm like, man, you be telling me like he was good. Like he came back, he shook back, everything, you know what I'm saying? So she crying like, I'm sorry, you know what I'm saying? So boom, the motherfucking minister nigga pastor, whatever. He like trying to give me tissue and shit. My man, fuck your tissue, you know what I'm saying? I cried, wipe PJ myself. You know what I'm saying? And that's how basically I really found out. Came back on the joint, like my unit ended up walking a child. You know what I'm saying? One of the niggas on my unit was actually a person who was locked up with my father, and my father really vouched for him like, that's my man. You know what I'm saying? So when he already really knew what was going on, I came back. He was already crying, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause my father, man, you know what I'm saying? Gave me a hug and shit. I walked back in the cell. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I just cried my eyes out. You know what I'm saying? I lost my father. I ain't had my father my whole life. So it's like I had that little bit of time, and then I, you know what I'm saying, end up catching time, and I end up losing. So like, you know what I'm saying? I cried my eyes out, but ain't nobody feel no type of way of looking at me. You know what I'm saying? All the killers, all the lifers, you know what I'm saying, came, cause, you know what I'm saying, fucked with me, consumed, you know what I'm saying, shit like that, you know what I'm saying? So like, I really appreciate all those guys. I was really at a dark ass place at that time, you feel?
When you get this news, the rest of your time in prison, did your mindset change after his death of how you were handling yourself in prison, or maybe your plans of what you were doing in prison or what you were about to do when you were going to get out? Did things change at all or no?
Like a semi, so boom, so like I lost most of everybody that I ever really loved beside my mom. Like I lost everybody behind prison. You feel what I'm saying? So like I lost my brother C Daddy, that person I always talk about all the time. I lost him behind prison. I lost my father. I lost two of my grandmothers. You know what I'm saying? I lost a lot of people. I lost my man Lil Trey. I lost my man Baby Yacht. I lost a lot of people, like, and I'm all behind the wall. You feel what I'm saying? And by me being behind the wall, it's like you don't get to see or feel the exact pain of the people that's on the street, because they get to see the pictures. They get to type all the memories, and instead of memory that you probably remember, shit like that. I can't see all that. You feel what I'm saying? I can just get sent an obituary, cry to that obituary, and that's all I can see. So it's like, it didn't really change my mind or really change how my bit was gonna go, because I knew for a fact, like, if I was walking around on some super sad shit and kept walking around with this sad ass cloud, it was gonna make me weaker than what I really am. You know what I'm saying? And you never want to, when you behind walls, and you never want to show your emotions in your sleeve, because people love to prey on that weakness. You know what I'm saying? People love to that feeds their hunger. So I never wanted to be a deer for feeding a wolf's hunger. I'm a wolf myself. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like I just put that shit in the back of my mind as much as I could. And I ain't gonna lie, I've been in the cells and I had to put that flap up and I cried because I really felt pain. I couldn't hold it no more. You feel what I'm saying? I ain't gonna fake like I didn't. But when I coming on the forefront, yeah, hell yeah, like, you know what's going on. Yeah, it ain't nothing to that. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm not about to let you prey on my weakness. It's not gonna happen like that. You feel me?
Do you know, because there may be some people that are watching this that are not familiar with this disease that your father had.
Right.
Do you know how they discovered this disease?
Nah, I don't know how they discovered it. So boom, when I used to go see my dad, even when I was like super young, like maybe like 10, 12, 13, like shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm young. And my father, hand used to always jump all the time. Like he had like bad nerve. You could see like, even when his hand is still jump. You know what I'm saying? And he always knew it, always tried to get help for it. But every time he went to a hospital or a doctor, they saying they don't know what it is. You know what I'm saying? They don't know what's going on. And like when you find out about Lou Gehrig disease, it's like you don't find out until it's already in the traumatic stage. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like even when he's home on the street at first, they really don't really know what's going on, but that's the symptoms that it's giving on. But once the nerves start breaking down, I really watched him coming home, doing push-ups, pull-ups, really being in blast, like really being a full-blown action figure, like really an action figure, to go from a cane, to go from a walker, to go from a walker to can't barely walk, so he got him in a wheelchair till he can't walk at all. He's just stuck in the bed like a potato. I watched every single step, you know what I'm saying? And they didn't really know until it was already to that fatal step. You know what I'm saying? He been knew his hand was fucked up. He been saying it. Like, my hand is fucked. It's no way my hand should be doing it. You know what I'm saying? But it was just like they couldn't detect it then. You know, now they could really do.
Now, going back and finishing up my questions about your tattoos, were there any significance of the locations of your face tattoos?
Not for a lot of them. So, like, when my brother passed, he did it. That's when I got, this is my first tattoo. You know what I'm saying? And for the longest, my mother always say, like, boy, you better not get no fucking face tattoo. Like, even when I got a neck tattoo, she was beefing about that shit. She, in my hand, she hated that shit. But, like, once she understood, like, that was really my best friend. Like, I never had no friend like that, man. You know what I'm saying? So once I tagged that man on my face, it was really nice. She could really say, because she understood the love I had for him. You know what I'm saying? Then after that, I understood the love I got for my mother, because my mother always been the only person in my corner. Any jail jank, like, fuck them bitches. I had really bitches that really did a struggle and really did a bit. But my mother, though, it's not nothing that my mother didn't do. And it don't matter what I'm asking it for or why I'm asking for it. If I'm trying to get high and I'm really calling my mother like, Mom, my shit really biting, I need to get high. My mother is sending that shit over. If I'm hungry, I ain't got no money in my mother. I ain't got no money in my account because I done fucked it over gambling, doing some goofy ass shit. My mother is really going to be that person. So my mother was definitely going to be that person coming right here. You know what I'm saying? It was no really significant of the space, but I knew she had to come the exact equivalence of my brother, how I felt about him on my face, and that everybody always see it's never going to be covered up. My mother had to come here as well. You know what I'm saying? The same thing with my father. My father told me so much shit, and my father did so much shit for me that other father that's on the street could never do. You know what I'm saying? Told me so many lessons that my father is really behind the wall, and it's really like I'm his only child, so it's like he really being a father behind the wall, not knowing what the fuck you doing, and I'm being a son, you know what I'm saying, not knowing what the fuck I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying though? So it's like I had to put my father right here too, right here. So I put him on there twice, because he died too. So like I had to put him on there twice. The same way I got my brother. I got my brother right here, and I got him like in a 5 somewhere up here, you know what I'm saying? And that's for both of him, you know what I'm saying? He died and he was there for me when I ain't had nothing. Like they was really there for when I ain't had nothing. So I gotta put them on that motherfucker. But everything else, nah. Like the kiss of death, yeah. I put that right there, because that nigga kissed me too many motherfucking times. No homo. Kissed me too many times, and I really ducked that shit. And he, you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't but the grace of God, grace of Allah, you know what I'm saying? That's the only reason I ducked that shit. But I know for a fact I've been in death so many times. Why not get that? You feel what I'm saying? Anything else, though? Nah, hell nah. It was just for some recreational shit.
And I don't know if you said this or not, so I apologize if I'm asking and you're repeating yourself, but did you say this was your younger or older brother?
See, Daddy, that's my younger brother. He was only a year younger than me. And, like, for real, for that people who don't know, he really not even my blood bro. You know what I'm saying? But, like, we've been through so much shit that, like, even I don't even feel like a blood brother could even be able to come in between like the shit that me and him been through. Like when I was on a run for my life, you know what I'm saying? Like he really was like, and I told my father this, like he really played the position of my dad. You know what I'm saying? Like not as to the point like he giving me law or point of giving me lessons like a father figure, but like he's taking care of me. Like he's housing me. I'm living with him. You know what I'm saying? He putting clothes on my back because I don't have nothing. He's feeding me because I can't eat because I don't got no money. He getting me high. He doing, you know what I'm saying? He's doing all the things in reality a father figure. You know what I'm saying? That's what you do. You know what I'm saying? And I love him so much that like I probably ain't never loved nobody as much as I love him. You know what I'm saying? Like, in reality, like, I love my mother so much. We got a different type of love, though. That's a motherly son love. But, like, as far as an actual person and me loving somebody, I don't think I ever loved nobody as much as I love him, because nobody ain't ever give me the love that he showed me.
Do people mistake any of your tattoos for something else?
All the time. All the time. Like, when I had the red teardrop, motherfuckers thought I was a blood. You know what I'm saying? When I come to Atlanta, come to, like, different places, they give me blood handshakes, and I really got to tell, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't no blood, you know what I'm saying? No disrespect, but I ain't no blood. Like, this don't mean that. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of these things, like, bitch, like, the kiss is kisses from another woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, a whole bunch of shit. Like, but people just got their own opinion. I just don't give a fuck. Like, I know what the fuck I got them for, so I don't really care what people talking about.
Well, it sounds like people they mistake these items for a different meaning, but do people ever mistake the tattoo as maybe something else in the sense of, you know, this feather? I'm just giving you an example. Maybe they see the feather from far away and they think it's like a moon or something like that.
Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. Like like boom, they'll see the kiss mark and think somebody really just came and just kissed me real quick. They'll see the feet print and don't even really know what they are for real until they get up close and be like, damn, like your baby was that little? Like how the fuck get them feet that little in your face like they that little? Like yeah, hell yeah. They do that shit all the time. Like even the joint on my head, like nobody don't be knowing this. You live and you learn. They just think it's just some shit written, scribble scrabble on my face. But the whole time it really ain't.
Did you receive any of these tattoos incarcerated?
Most of my tattoos I received incarcerated. Damn near like 80%.
Of the face tattoos?
Face tattoos, you got the mirror. Face tattoos, this one, jail. This one, jail. This one, jail. This one, jail. These cracks, jail. This one, jail. And I got my whole head tatted. But, like, not my whole head, this whole half right here. That shit tatted. I got that shit in jail, too. But, like, my body, like, most of my body, jail.
Did you ever get in trouble for any of the tattoos that were done in jail?
Nah, not for real. Nah, like, I had got these ear tats. When I got these drinks in jail, I got caught by the motherfucking main motherfucker in the feds. But he didn't really say shit. He like, man, cause my shit was dripping and I had a hat on and it was just dripping like liquids, like pus, shit like that. And he just kept saying shit like, I'm walking down the joint, I'm trying to cover that shit, but that shit dripping so much. He just kept saying it, so he like, man, you stupid motherfucker, keep tatting your fucking, why the fuck you gonna tat your ears and shit? I'm like, man, I don't know, man, I ain't got no more space. I'm just trying to tat shit. He like, man, you stupid motherfucker. Don't be mad that shit get infected, all that pus coming out, but besides that, though, that's the only reason I really, I ain't even get in trouble for that. I ain't go to the hole or nothing, you know what I'm saying? So, I ain't get in trouble, he just saying it.
Was the pus indeed from infection?
Not from my ears, nah. From my ears, the reason why the pus kept coming out is because you got so much thin skin right here. So, like, the healing process is way different from the thicker skin. But did I ever get infected by a jail tattoo? Yeah, I got both of my brothers, like my brother that passed and my brother that's still living. I got both of them tatted on my leg. And I went to the hole right when them things was healing. And I just caught an infection. Like, I had, like, I don't know what the infection was, but that shit was like going like green little bubbles and shit. But that shit ended up just killing itself because I was in the hole for a little second.
Didn't receive medical attention for it or
Nah,
anything?
hell nah. Cause if you go to receive medical attention for your ass getting a shot, you getting a shot for a motherfucking tattoo. You couldn't fade that. I'm about to go on. Couldn't fade that one. You hear me? Say fuck that. I'm going to take this thing out.
And when we say jail, we were using the phrase jail, but do you remember if it was actual state or federal prison you get these in, or it was actually county jail?
I did both of them. Like, I ain't never got no
The facial ones I'm speaking of.
I ain't never got no face tat in those county jail ever. The only thing that I got in a state jail was the cracks on my forehead. And like I had cracks on the side of my head, and them the only ones I got in the state jail. When I got to the Fed, that's when I got all the other ones I named, and then I ended up covering the cracks that's on the side of my head with a big ass owl and some clouds and shit like that.
Why cover it up?
I mean, shit, I felt as though for real, to be honest, like, that's a whole lot of space right there, and all I did was put some cracks right there. You know, I'm gonna keep it RG. Like, I put, like, what the fuck, nigga? I could put some real lot like that shit right here on the side of my head. You could take it, you took it before, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I just put a big ass piece right there. Like, fuck them little ass cracks. Like, put a big piece right there.
Was it easier to get a tattoo done in state prison versus federal prison, or they were all the same?
I mean, pretty much the same. Like, cause you pretty much getting that shit, like, you either getting that shit, like, I got most of my tattoos done with a guitar string. And them motherfuckers thick as a motherfucker. And I had all pretty much Spanish people do my shit. So they got, like, single needle joint. They got six round needles, 16 round needles. So it's like, Them guitar strings, they motherfuckers thick. So them motherfuckers really be hurting for real. But like, that's what I really got most of my tats with though, for real. Because I want all my shit really dark. You know what I'm saying? Really, you could really see them for real.
And how much would it cost you to get these tattoos incarcerated?
I mean, it depends. Like, I mean, I had a really good face card in jail. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always pay my dues. I play fair. You know what I'm saying? I give out shit for free. You know what I'm saying? So, like, when I was in the Fed, like, my tattoo man really did my shit for free, for real. You know what I'm saying? All I did was get high with him. You know what I'm saying? Cook with him, eat with him, and shit like that. He had to do my shit because he just like my energy. Like, we just fucked with each other like that. In the state, I paid, like, not really that much. You know what I'm saying? I probably paid, the most I paid for a tattoo, the most I ever paid for a tattoo in jail was probably $150. You know what I'm saying? That's the most I ever paid. But everything else pretty much on the arm. Like, nigga be fucking with me like that.
You've had tattoos on your body ever done in a actual tattoo shop?
Tattoo shop?
Yeah. Ever get a tattoo at a tattoo shop?
Yeah, I have.
You have.
Yeah.
How do you, in your opinion, how do you compare the quality of what you receive getting a tattoo incarcerated versus a tattoo? Yeah, in an actual shop by a professional.
So the shit that I ever got in the shop, all that shit been clean as a motherfucker. It been clean. In jail, to be honest, bruh, you got hit or misses. You know what I'm saying? One of your tattoo pieces might come out super like that, and the next time it might be a miss. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, when you got so many of them, it don't even really fucking matter. You just tired. You know what I'm saying? That's how everybody think about it. Like, and that's how I look at it. Like, it's some tattoos I want to get redone and want to get fixed up, but I don't really care for real. Like, my whole body pretty much hit for real, so I could care less.
Did any of the people that did your tattoos incarcerated, did they ever make any mistakes?
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. And I had to get a cover up. Like, a rock of them. Like, my stomach got that shit covered up. I got 2 joints on my back I had to get covered up in jail. Because I got both of them in jail, and they both had to get covered up. I had to get my face joint, because this bullseye in the front of my head, that shit got infected. So a nigga had to go over top of that joint and really do it over. Fuck yeah, I had a rock of fucks up. I hate it. Yeah, I hate it.
When there were mistakes that were done by these people that did these tattoos while you were incarcerated, would that lead to anything like a fight or something of that nature? Was it some sort of confrontation?
I mean, to be honest, nah. Because the people who I actually got a tattoo with me, they was people that I actually built a relationship before I let them tattoo me. And I'm just so much of a realistic motherfucker that I know motherfuckers fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Spending time I got a tattoo, we both getting high. And I know for a damn sure I won't supposed to pass that man that J. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, players fuck up. But if if they didn't fix it though, that's a different story. But if you could fix it, because, you know what I'm saying, shit got fixed. You know what I'm saying? If it's shit you could fix, you know what I'm saying? I'm not about to trip off that, Slim. I know what the fuck we was doing when I was getting this tattoo. I know why you fucked it up. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to be no petty ass. You gotta be realistic with yourself. You know what I'm saying? You know what the fuck I'm gonna get mad for when I know for a fact I passed this nigga, this big ass J, he had shit doing a tattoo on my face. Like, come on, bro. You gotta be realistic with yourself. But if you can't fix it though, we definitely gonna bump out that.
Now, this tattoo of your brother with the Audi symbol, was that, you said this was your first tattoo. Did you mean that was your first facial tattoo?
Yeah, my first face tattoo.
Okay, got you. Do you remember the order? Well, do you remember what age you were when you got that?
I don't. I probably maybe like 19, maybe. Something like that.
Do you know the actual order of the rest of the tattoos on your face after that one?
Yeah, hell yeah. All right, boom. I got this Jane first. Then I got my mother name. After I got my mother name, I went to the motherfucker, tattoo motherfucker, and I told him give me a face sleeve. So he put a teardrop, the feather, and the feet at one time. Then I got the 3. Then I got the praying hands. Then I got this right here. Went to jail, got them up in the this jump right here, the cracks. Came home, went to jail again, got these, got all these. Yeah, yeah, that's how I went.
And for time reference, it's May 2021.